Hey guys, it's Deanna, and I'm here with my friend Katie, and we know that we are a couple minutes early, but we also know that it takes Facebook a minute to let the world know that we're here. So if you're watching the replay and you think we're stalling, it's because we are. And so whenever we get to 9 o'clock, which is in about 2 minutes, we'll officially begin. And so you get to see the man behind the curtain if you're watching the replay. If you're not live yet, then you get to miss all this fun stuff. This is where we like touch up our makeup and all that before before everyone gets there. All right, we have one live viewer already. Sometimes the viewers come on and they try to hide and be incognito viewers, but we like when they comment. So whoever is there, if you want to say hi, we're gonna get started here in about less than a minute, it looks like. And I'm just trying to. I had a last minute thing I had to change, and I have to rearrange all my stuff. So we're just waiting for Facebook, and then we will be live here in a second. What did I give you? Oh, I guess frankincense. I'm not giving you my frankincense. How did I end up with 2 bottles? Did he not take the one?
I don't know.
He might have forgotten to take it. Oh well. Okay. Wow. Avians. Hey, how are you? How is it in Virginia? Are you guys getting snow? I haven't seen any snow in Tennessee yet. I don't remember there being a lot of snow here last time I lived here. My hair is crazy. Looks like, about 30 seconds or less, we will begin. All right, so if you guys can do me a favor, it's cold here too, but we haven't gotten any snow, thank goodness. Those of you who are here, if you'll do me a favor, and if you are either, number one, a first-time guest, you've never been to an event, you're not part of our doTERRA team, if you will take a minute and just say hello and let us know who invited you, then we'll enter you into a drawing at the end of the event and you can win stuff. So that's kind of cool. So you got to say, I'm a guest and I was invited by, and tell us their name. As long as that person that invited you is part of my team, I'll be happy to enter you into a drawing. And then those of you who are oil users, I would love it if you would just kind of say, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm from Kansas, and my favorite oil is, and just share something with us. And just to kind of get the conversation going, we would love that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 9 o'clock Eastern time. For those of you that don't know, I'm Deanna Nichols. I'm a blue diamond in doTERRA essential oils. I've been using the oils for about 5 years now. Actually 5 years last month. And I love the oils. They're part of my everyday life. And every Sunday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time, we do this little 30-minute event just for people so that they can attend an event in their jammies or wherever they live. If there's not a live event they can go to, we want to make it easy for people to learn about oils. And we call it essential oils are not magic beans, because a lot of times people think that they can just kind of do whatever and then just sprinkle a little essential oil on it and it like erases all their sins, like calories and toxins and all those things. And so we definitely promote a healthy lifestyle along with the oils, but they are pretty crazy. I mean, they work amazingly well, amazingly quick, and we always kind of focus on a little bit different topic every week. And this week it's just about having happy, healthy kids. And I'm a mom. I have a 2-year-old. Katie's a mom. She's brand new to essential oils. She's just trying to learn, so it's perfect. So I can kind of just show you what it's like to just kind of share what you know a little bit. After tonight, you'll be able to share with someone because you'll know something that you didn't know before. And that's kind of how we do it. We're like mom to mom, person to person. We help each other to learn basic daily health habits. I talk a lot about mommergencies. So you know what that is. I know because you're a mom and the kids come to you. There's an emergency happening and you're supposed to fix it. You're supposed to know what to do. And sometimes Scotch tape just isn't going to do it, you know. And so when it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and your kid's vomiting or has a fever suddenly, or their ears hurting, it's really amazing to have healthy options that you can use that work. They give them relief quickly. And so we want to make sure moms are equipped with these and they know how to use them. And so we're going to help you with that. And our goal here, hey Jackie, Jackie is with Haley Hobson's group. Hey, okay, I know Haley, and in Oklahoma. Awesome. And then we've got Stacy from Orlando. Hi, Stacy. Stacy is her favorite oils, all of them. I think I understand that. I've got my friend, Dr. Avi. She's a pharmacist from Virginia. Krista. Hey, Krista. How are you? Frankincense and peace have been life-changing for my 8-year-old son. Yes. We'll definitely talk about peace because, I can't live without peace, and my family's glad that I don't try anymore. All right, so let's just dive in. And our goal for you is to get you to understand why you need these in your home and to get you start using these oils. Get your own doTERRA membership. That's the best way to do this, so you can learn how to use the oils and you can be prepared when something goes wrong. So there's a couple different ways when you're a mom. You want to make sure that the oils are safe, right? That's important. You don't want to just put something on your kid and like, oh, okay, hopefully it's fine. Because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Number one, are you using high quality essential oils? Well, I can promise you that if it's got doTERRA on the label and you actually bought it from doTERRA and not from some random seller on Amazon, because I've heard some pretty scary stories there. But if you actually ship to you from doTERRA, then you know that you can trust the quality of the oils. doTERRA is unsurpassed in their quality, in the potency of the oils. There's just nobody that does what we do, and that's why we're number one in the world. So that's the first step. You don't want to go using some crazy Walmart brand on your kid and not really knowing what's in it, because these are your kids. I mean, you want to make sure they're safe. The second thing is you want to know how to use the oils that you have. And so doTERRA is excellent at making sure that we're safe. You might think that this looks like a catalog to help you buy stuff, and really it's education. So there's 2 pages in here that every mom needs to know about. In fact, every person. Page 9 and page 29 in your product guide has this really cool safety chart. And this is all the single oils. That means like lavender, oregano, melaleuca. And then page 29 is all the blends. So that would be something that's not named after a plant, like Balance, Breathe, Digestin, those kinds of things. And it's the same kind of chart. And what this chart tells you is how to use the oils, where and how to apply them, and whether or not they need to be diluted before they're used on a child or someone like me who has very sensitive skin. So there's 2 ways. doTERRA makes it really easy for us. You can either look in here before you use an oil, or you can go with the ones that doTERRA has dummy proofed. And they've dummy proofed these for moms. And I know why they did this, because when you have a 2-year-old that's sitting behind you in the car and you can only reach them like this, and you hear them starting to do that coughing thing, like like they're getting ready to vomit, you have possibly 3 seconds to do something to stop them to vomit. And you ain't got time to be like opening up your book. Okay, can I use Digestin? Where do I put it? Is it safe? But if you have these doTERRA touch rollers, they're already they're pre-diluted with coconut oil already. So you don't have to worry. You can put any oil straight on a baby, a child, anybody, and you don't have to worry if it's going to burn or anything like that. So I can be an oil ninja, by just taking a roller and like rolling it right on my kid. I don't care where it goes, as long as it gets on their skin. I'm serious, because if the oil can get in their bloodstream and they can inhale it, whatever, it's going to affect them. And I have literally stopped things that were happening, like getting ready to happen. And that's how quick you have to be when you're a mom. You have to have like cat-like mom reflexes. And so that's just like a cheat way to do it. And I honestly, that's the oils I carry around. This is the bag that I carry around with me everywhere. And it's a roller bag. And that's because I have a 2-year-old. And I just find that these are ready to go. I always have Digestin, because it seems like if a kid's going to have a problem, it's like 80% related to like diarrhea or vomiting. I mean, right? And so I know I never leave house without Digestin. And it's really easy because you can roll it anywhere on the skin. I would try to roll it on their stomach if you have that option. If you don't, get a foot, get a leg, get at the inner part of their arm. It doesn't matter. Just get it on them. And if you can get them to smell it, that's amazing. A lot of times if they're, throwing a fit in their car seat or somewhere, you can even put it back there and let them smell it. The smell affects their emotions. It affects their brain really quickly. And you do not have to worry about them howling about a hot oil, because I've done that before. I've made mistakes, especially when I was I wasn't new to oils when I had kids, but I was new to kids. So I thought I knew about oils, and then one night in the middle of the night, I grabbed this bottle which I thought was Arbor Vitae. It's a little small bottle with an orange label. Well, in the dark, cinnamon looks exactly like this. It is orange. It's little. There's not a lot of little bottles. And I grabbed it, and my son had an ear thing, and I just put it behind his ear. And as soon as I smelled that cinnamon smell, I was like, oh! And so I knew that was a huge mistake, because that is definitely, if you look up cinnamon here, it shows that it's got a big red D next to it. That means definitely dilute it. And I did not. I put it straight on him, and he was screaming and howling, and it was all red. And so you know, it just helps to know what to do in those situations, and it helps if you can use the the touch rollers. You don't have to worry about that happening. If you have an incident that happens, it's not like you just put like strychnine in the well and Timmy's going to die. I mean, you have just irritated their skin. And that is why God made fractionated coconut oil. It's better than regular coconut oil, but if that's all you have, you can use that. Honestly, in a pinch, you could use something with fat in it, like whole milk. I've used whole milk yogurt before. I got a hot oil in my throat by mistake, and I had no milk, I had nothing. I just dumped yogurt down my throat. I mean, just to stop the burning. So you don't want to use water to wash off oil. You always just want to add a carrier oil to the area. If you get oil in your eye, don't try to wash it out like you would when you get something else in your eye. You just take a bunch of the coconut oil and just keep rubbing it over the eye. You can flush it with milk. Just don't do water, because oil and water don't mix, and it causes a huge issue. But as long as you have some of this in your house, and you have this chart, and you have some touch rollers, I think you're going to be good. And then, of course, the other thing that you have that you can't get from buying an oil off a shelf, or even buying an oil retail from another doTERRA member, is you get all this education. You get other moms saying like, oh, hey, by the way, if your kid ever gets a clogged ear, instead of using oils for ears, use digestin behind their ear. And that's like that's a mom trick. I mean, you're not going to read that in an oil reference book. No oil reference book is going to say that the digestive blend is going to help with earaches and swimmer's ear and clogged ears. But hey, Michelle, but moms know because they've been using these, and they can tell you. So we have, when you're a member of our team, we have a secret discussion group that you can join where you can ask like 2,500 to 3,000 other moms, hey, what do I do when my kid has a clogged ear? And a mom's going to tell you, put digestin behind your ear. And that's where you learn this stuff, videos like this. So it's really, really cool. Thank you, Jillian, and whoever else just shared the video. I appreciate that. Terry, thank you so much, y'all. Okay, so basically there's 3 ways to use oils. It says ATI next to the oils. Okay, so if it's A, it's aromatic. I'm going to show you how to use the oils aromatically. And this is not one that I would necessarily do for kids, at least not younger kids. Your older kids will think you're absolutely amazing if you do this with them. Hold on, I got to grab peppermint, which I don't have right here. Where's my peppermint? You sure it's not out, Deanna? Where are you? All right, well, we'll just use the peppermint. Actually, can you go up there and grab peppermint? They're in alphabetical order, so yeah. Look for the P section. While she's doing that, I'm going to get my wild orange out, okay? I'm going to show you how to use oils aromatically. So you just take the oil and you just tilt it. You don't need to turn it all the way upside down. Just tilt it and let a drop go into your palm. Maybe 2 for wild orange. I'll let you do that. I got 3, so I'm like, ooh, I'm ready to go.
You're going to do this too?
Yep, just put 2 drops in your hand. Then you want to rub your hands together just so the oil's not wet anymore, okay? Then on top of that, we're going to add 1 drop of peppermint.
So rub it and then do peppermint?
That's all right. We can mix them too. Okay. Now, we're going to use this aromatically. We want to get it in our brain really quick. So we're going to make a fist and put it on our palm, and then we're going to breathe in through our mouth. And you can do that for as long as it takes, as long as you want to do it. And until the aromatic stuff from the oils just kind of evaporates. And that's what happens with oils. When you use them topically, they're going to evaporate. And the reason why you would do peppermint and wild orange is like if you maybe you're just tired from momming all day or adulting all day or whatever, and you need to get through the rest of the night. You need to get your kids their baths and make dinner and do homework and all that stuff. And you're just dragging, that would be a really good pick-me-up. If you have a project you need to work on and you've been dealing with your kids and work and everything all day and you're exhausted and you still have to work after they go to bed, this is a good way to focus. It's just, we call it the energy shot. But what we just did was we inhaled the oil. So when you inhale an oil, it's usually for mood, it's for clearing your respiratory system. That's the biggest reasons why we inhale the essential oils, is to affect us emotionally, okay? So when you're dealing with a small child, you're not going to have them do that, okay? A lot of times if I have a kid that's having a meltdown, I'll grab just a little wild orange, I'll put it in my hands, and then I'll put my hands right here. Now, you're going to be tempted to put them like here or here over the kid, but you just want to help calm them. So you can just put your hand a little here. A lot of times I'll take a citrus oil and I'll rub it. After I've rubbed my hands together, I'll rub a little on their shirt, maybe a little in their hair. The car seat buckle, that is an excellent place. The fabric part, just to put a little lemon, whatever you have that's citrus. Citrus is going to be a pick me up for their mood, and it's pretty calming for kids too. So that's aromatic. We also just use the oil topically. I know you may not realize that, but we put it on our skin. So when you inhale the oil, you get immediate emotional benefits. But when you put it on your skin, it's absorbing into your bloodstream, and then it's going to go through your body, and it's going to go at a cellular level. So when you use oils topically, you could be treating something that's happening on your skin. So let's think of something. What's something that your kids have done to their hands or arms or legs where their skin was irritated? Can you think of an example?
Right now, Cadence's hands are just dry from the cold weather.
Dry? Okay, so what you can do is doTERRA has a plain unscented lotion, or you can use coconut oil, and you would just take a little bit of the coconut oil, put it in your hand, and we're talking about skin, so, I mean, there's several oils you can use for skin, but I'm just going to grab a couple of the really commonly used skin oils. I can never find any alphabetical stuff when I want. So Melaleuca and lavender. Okay? So what we would do is we would just put maybe 1 drop. How old's your daughter?
9.
9 years old? Okay. So this is plenty of oil. 1 drop of each and a little coconut oil, and then you could take that and just rub it all over the skin. And just rub it right in. And you can see how quickly that absorbs, and it's totally safe for your child. Okay? So that's one thing that you can do. If they get like a scrape or a cut or a burn, you can actually do the same exact thing. If you don't want to touch the area, then we have spray tops that you can put directly onto, say, your lavender bottle. You can spray it right on. We have little spray bottles. You can make little recipes and concoctions. So you could mix a little, maybe half of this with coconut oil and do some lavender, melaleuca, a little frankincense is always good. And you can spray that on the area. So that is just a really, really simple thing. And that's how you use the oil topically. So you're thinking about treating something on the skin, but at the same time, it's still getting in the bloodstream. So they're still getting the calming benefits of lavender. Frankincense, the same thing. I've noticed that when my son falls, I have a 2-year-old and he's a boy. So, I mean, he falls a lot and he hits his head. So the oil that we always grab is frankincense. Frankincense is amazing for the brain. And so if he falls and hits his head, I want to make sure that his brain is safe. It's also really soothing and anti-inflammatory. And so I'll take a little bit and I'll just like tilt it onto my finger like this. And if he has a little knot in his head, I'll just gently rub it right there. And the benefit that he gets is that you'll watch the little goose egg just kind of melt away. But at the same time, he's getting the emotional benefit of the frankincense. It's helping to calm him. A lot. He's been using oil since he was about 10 minutes old. So a lot of times he will go and grab the oil himself. If he falls down, he'll say oils, oils, and go grab it. He even knows which one to use. He's just been raised on that, and he knows what to do. So he knows that it's calming for him and that it's soothing for him. And so he will actually treat himself. So that's A is for aromatic, and then T is for topical. So you know it's safe to be used aromatically, topically. And then the I on this chart stands for internal. Now, with little kids, if they can't have like an intelligent conversation, a coherent conversation with me about oils, like my son's 2.5, we don't use a lot of oils internally. The only oils we do internally with him are, he has a stainless steel water bottle, and we fill it part of the way because it has a plastic part that goes down in. We don't want the plastic to touch the water too much. You can't avoid it completely because it has to have a way for him to drink it. But we fill the bottle up to about here, and we do 1 or 2 drops of lemon essential oil, or lime, or wild orange, because the citrus oils are very, very cleansing. They help to keep him regular. They help to get rid of toxins that he encounters in his everyday life. We found out that we have some pretty nasty stuff in our water. We do have a filter for drinking water, but he's still washing his hands in water that's got a ton of chlorine in it. Even though we have a filter for the bathtub, he's still getting some chlorine. And so it's nice to know that the lemon will help to cleanse those toxins out of his body, and along with anything else that's in the air or wherever he comes in contact. So that's one way we do it internally. Another way that we've done oils internally for him, even when he was really little, was teething. And what we found the best for teething was an oil called myrrh. Myrrh is great for tissue in the mouth. So if you have anything going on inside your mouth, myrrh is really good. And what we would do, sometimes this sticks, and this might be a sticky one. I have to find one that's not. It gets, myrrh is very sappy, and so sometimes it gets Yeah, can you check right there and see if there's a myrrh? It's my lovely assistant, Katie. She's awesome. I can see if there's one that's not sealed shut that we don't need to use our pliers to get it open. Yes, you're all watching me try to open my myrrh, and I'm going to need lavender on my thumb from trying to open it. Okay, this is what's supposed to happen. Don't you love Facebook Live? You can see all the mistakes. Okay, so we would tilt it onto our finger, and then we would literally reach in his mouth and rub it on the gums where the teeth are trying to cut through. It got to the point where he would like suck on our finger and like lick the stuff off our finger. He loved myrrh. To me, it's not one of the most amazing smelling oils. It's got a little like bitter smell to it, but he loved it. I think it's because it was soothing. Another thing is that the emotional benefit of myrrh is that it helps with the connection between mother and child. So it's a real bonding oil. A lot of parents, like if they're having trouble, maybe you had a C-section or something, or you weren't able to spend a lot of time with your baby, like immediately skin to skin, and there's a connection issue, maybe a breastfeeding issue. This is a really good oil to just kind of maybe put up here on your chest as you hold them to you, and it really helps to bond. Another way to use myrrh on a newborn is on their umbilical cord stump. You just put a drop on there every time you think of it, maybe a couple times a day. I was shocked at how quickly his healed up, and it was like less than a week. And they tell me it's usually like 3 weeks or something like that. And so we had really quick results because of the myrrh. So that was a way that we did the oils internally. That's about it, and that's probably all I'm willing to do right now. For me, I use the oils internally because I know what I'm doing. I can make my own decisions. I can decide if something's doesn't taste good or if it's too strong. So an oil I use every day, and this is partly because I'm a mom, I make sure I do this, but I need to make sure that my hormones are balanced and that I'm sleeping well and that I'm not sore from chasing around a crazy 2-year-old banshee all day. And I use frankincense, and how I take it is under my tongue. So I just put a couple drops, sometimes I get 2 or 3 under my tongue, and I do that morning and night. And my little secret as a mom is I do my oils when we take off my son's jammies and get him dressed, and when we put the jammies on at night. That's when I get my oils, because if I don't do mine when I do his, then I forget about it. I get busy. So we kind of all have certain oils we use. Another one we use is Balance. We use that every day, and this is for keeping everybody calm in the state of crisis. You can't stop the crises, but you can help yourself how you react. So I like to put it on my wrists. You can try some of that. For my kid, I tilt it on my finger and I just rub it all on the bottoms of his feet. And I do that every morning and every night. And again, I can tell when I'm like, if it's like, that does not go on there, guys. I can tell when it's like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning and I haven't done my balance. I seriously can. I'm like, oh, okay. For everyone's sake, I'm going to go stop what I'm doing and like stop, drop, and roll. That's how we do it. Because nobody wants to deal with 24 hours of me with no balance. That's just how it is. Okay, I'm going to put some lids back on so we don't have any crises later when we put like a cinnamon lid on something or whatever. Okay, so aromatic, topical, and internal. So if it's got those letters on the chart, then you know that it's safe to use that oil. Not every oil, you can see not every oil can be used internally, but most of them are safe in doTERRA. Other brands, no, don't do it. Okay, then there's an N, S, or D. N means you can use the oil neat. So you don't have to use a carrier oil. So an example would be Melaleuca. If you got a kid with an earache or they've got like stuff draining, take your Melaleuca, tip it onto your fingertip, put it behind the ear and along the jawline. If you're dealing with a baby, I still do that. I don't dilute it. Because we want the oil to get down in. We don't want it to just sit on top of the tissue. So it's better if you don't need a carrier oil, there's no reason to use it. And so I wouldn't do that for Melaleuca. There's no sense in it. If it's a little baby that's got teething issues or earache or whatever, I do the oil like at every diaper change. Same thing like a toddler. If they're a little bit older, I might just trying to remember to do it at least morning and night. And then if they are complaining of something, maybe after school or sometime during the day, try to get that third one in during the day. And that's a really good way when you got something going on. If somebody is straight up just not feeling well, then it's time to hit it hard. Okay. The faster that you can the faster you can equip your immune system to attack whatever's going on, whatever cooties they've encountered, It's like if they wake up in the morning and they got a scratchy throat, don't wait till after school to start treating them for something. I just assume like, okay, this is not happening. We're not getting sick. So I'll take a roller bottle and I'll make a recipe we call Immune Boost in a bottle. And you can look it up online. It's really easy. And it's just 4 of the basic oils that every home should have. And it's lemon. Okay, you're going to put lemon. You're going to do melaleuca. Melaleuca is great for cooties. Oregano, which you always, on the list, oregano is always diluted, okay? So you're going to add oregano. I don't have that one in front of me.
Do you want me to go?
Nope, it's here.
Okay.
I got it. I found it. Oregano, which is super hot. And what am I missing? On Guard. On Guard is one of our blends. And this is On Guard Touch. So this is already diluted with coconut oil. So you would want to use your regular On Guard to make your recipe. And when you follow the recipe, it's going to fill this up about halfway. You would fill it the rest of the way with fractionated coconut oil. Pop your lid on. There's a little roller. You can pop that on. And there's a lid for it. Definitely label it. I like to put like all the stickers. So I would put a lemon sticker, oregano sticker, all the stickers so I know what is in here. So later you're not like, what is this? And then if this is their foot, then you're just going to draw a line down their foot like that. Rub it all over the bottom of their foot. And I would do that every like 3 or 4 hours when they're not feeling well. As they start to feel better, you can taper down. You can go to like every 6 hours, twice a day, once a day. And after they start feeling better, I still do another 24 hours because I want to make sure that their immune system has gotten everything taken care of. It's a good idea. Like if you have one kid down, a lot of times you know the other kid's going to follow in a day or so. So you want to start putting this on the other child that's healthy right now because you don't want their germs spreading throughout the house. That's another reason to have a diffuser. Can you grab that diffuser and just unplug it from the bottom? Mm-hmm. There's a cord in it, and we'll show them what a diffuser is in case they don't know. Diffusers are like a mom's best friend because if you have stubborn children, usually stubborn children come in teenage ages, but sometimes younger kids, husbands would fall in this category. They don't know what they're missing by not using the oils, and they're like just a little stubborn about it. And so if you can't get the oils on them, you can do a lot of damage control with one of these bad boys. So a diffuser, I like to call it oil roofies. So like you're giving them to people without their knowledge. But you fill it up with water and then I would add On Guard. If somebody in my house is sick, we're getting On Guard in every diffuser in this house. Because it purifies the air, the surfaces. It's doing all this amazing stuff. People are inhaling it. It's getting in their bloodstream anyway, whether they put it on or not. And I would keep that sucker pumping the whole time that people are sick. If you've got people come into your house for the holidays, diffuse On Guard. I promise you, they didn't tell you that their kids were all vomiting the night before they came to your house to have dinner. And your kids are going to get that in 48, 72 hours. So run your diffuser. The other thing is have On Guard soap. I have one of these in every bathroom, in the kitchen, everywhere there's a sink. We have On Guard soap because we want people getting essential oils in their body. Even our guests, we want them to be cleaning their germs. And we don't want them to use antibacterial soaps because we know that those are not only harmful, but they actually do more bad. They kill the good bacteria too, and we don't want that. Essential oils are smarter than that. They know better than to kill the good stuff because it's nature and it's not synthetic. So we use On Guard soap. So that's another way to keep everybody safe in the house from germs. Let's see. Falling down. I talked about how frankincense is good for bumps and things like that. We talked about scrapes. But what about if like somebody twists an ankle or twists a knee or falls and hits their back on something? We have lots of oils. We have Deep Blue. I like Deep Blue Touch for kids. You can literally find out where it hurts and just rub it right on the area. It's great for pain. It's great for helping that area to repair itself. There's that one. There's also, there's so many. Frankincense. Again, frankincense is really good for dealing with inflammation. So I would always include some frankincense on that. There's a ton of different oils. Like there's so many that it's really like lavender is always a good one for bumps and bruises. There's just so many that can be used in that situation. Those are just kind of the more basic ones that everybody's going to have in their home. Then when you're talking about the sniffles and coughing and sneezing and stuffy noses and chest congestion, you've got to have Breathe in your house. Everybody's going to have that issue at some point. When you have the Breathe Touch, I never put straight Breathe oil on my chest because I've done it before and it's very hot for me. So I know for a small child, it's very likely that that would be true. So what you can do is you can put regular Breathe on their foot and put a sock on to keep it from evaporating. It kind of drives that oil in. Or you can use the Touch. And if you have Touch, you can do right on their chest. You can do it on their back. I even sometimes do behind the ears to help with like all that clogged stuff. That's a really good one. You can check that one out. Also, Melaleuca is good for that. Melaleuca is good for breaking up mucus. If they're drinking the citrus oils in their water, they're going to have natural ability to break up mucus, and so that's going to help. For older kids and adults, we have the steaming hot mug of death, and it's why you don't want to do it with younger kids because it's really intense. It's got oregano and peppermint and stuff. Just take a hot mug of water and add a few drops of oil, put a towel over your head, and close your eyes and then just inhale. And it really gets deep down in the sinus area and kind of breaks up all that stuff and opens up your airways. If you're dealing with a smaller kid, you can put a little bit of Breathe on their chest and have them do this right here with their t-shirt and just breathe. We call it a t-shirt tent, and it's really easy for kids. They don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about having the hot water. You can do that in the car if they're having trouble breathing. A bonus to Breathe, there's a couple bonuses to Breathe, is it's very calming when kids are like panicking too. So if they're just like melting down and then they get all congested because they're crying, the Breathe is going to open their airway and help them to be calm as well. Breathe also has a lot of fever reducing oils. So if you have a chest cold and it's coming with a little bit of a higher fever, you can do Breathe up the spine, and that's going to help cool the body temperature down also. So it's like, this is amazing stuff for moms to have. I already mentioned digestion. We didn't really talk much about peppermint. Peppermint's good for cooling, ant bites, anything that itches. Peppermint's a good one for. The emotional oils, I'm going to quickly mention a couple of those because if you have kids, you're going to have some emotional stuff to deal with. There's just no way around it. If you've got kids that don't want to get up out of bed in the morning, they don't want to do their chores on the weekend, they don't want to do their homework, you need Motivate. You can have them inhale it. That's a great one to throw in the diffuser for homework time. You can make a spray out of this and kind of spritz it over their head lightly in the morning if they're not wanting to get out of bed. I know I let you try that one the other day, but that's a really good one. I don't have it right here in front of me, but Cheer is one that we use like constantly. We were getting ready to go out to dinner the other night, and my kid was like just not, we'd woken him up from a nap and he was just not pleasant. So I took Cheer and I just did this whole number. I put a couple drops in my palm. This one's almost empty, so we're going to have to pretend I did it. And I just did this, and I did this in his hair, and I did this, and we went about it on our merry way. Another one I use all the time is peace. Peace, peace, peace. We all need peace in our house. I like the roller, and I have found that inhaling it's good, but putting it on the throat is really good. The throat is the energy where we communicate from, and I don't want whiners. I don't want screamers. I just want people speaking nicely to each other, and so and speaking to each other, not holding it all in and being upset on the inside. And so we like peace in our house for mom and for kids, and actually for dad too. When he's within the reach of my roller, he gets it too. So that's how we roll. Console, sometimes like they're really upset. I mean, we just lost our dog, and my 2-year-old, I wasn't sure how much he would know, but he literally asked me, he's like, "Where's Xander?" You know, he doesn't understand why his dog that he's always known is just suddenly gone out of his house. So I've been diffusing Console around here a lot. And for him, when he's upset and he doesn't understand, he's gotten to where now feels like he has to say bye to the other animals before he leaves the room. Because he said goodbye to Xander and never saw him again. And so he's having real emotions that he just can't tell me about. So we like Console. For reassuring, and this is a great place to put it right here. Just when you put an oil on the forehead, rub it away from the eyes so that it's not going to accidentally get in the eyes and burn, okay? So that's Console. These are just oils you need for kids. If you have kids that maybe pout or get angry, or you have siblings that are getting in fights, Forgive is a really important one to help them move past it, move past the anger, resentment. Putting it over your heart is a really good idea. And that's a good place to put oils in general, but when you use that there, you're going to smell it. You're going to get that aroma. And so that's just a really good a good way to apply it. Clary Calm is for mom, but if you have girls, then you need it for them too, especially prepubescent girls, teenage girls. This keeps everybody calm. It keeps everybody's cycle normal. It keeps people from being grumpy and crampy and all of those things that happen around your cycle. Emotional, just highs and lows that happen as a result of hormone fluctuations. So Clary Calm is like a must. And the other day my son brought it to me. So I don't know what that means, but he brought it to me. Like the whole bag was sitting there and he picked that one and gave it to me. So I'm not sure what he was trying to say, but he was probably right. And so I use this twice a day, every day. It's like an absolute just, if I'm crawling into bed with my makeup and clothes still on, I still put Clary Calm on because it's that important. All right. I think I mentioned Arbor Vitae at the beginning. This is a must for parents as well as cardamom. Arbor Vitae you can put directly on the skin without dilution. It's good for anything that's going on that's viral, bacterial. I love this stuff when somebody's not feeling well. Cardamom for little kids is good for digestive and breathing, and you don't need to dilute it. So you don't, like with Breathe, you have to worry about that. Cardamom, you don't. So little babies, you can put some of this in Epsom salts in their bath. You can put it right on their chest. It's going to open up the breathing. And then this emergency oil for moms is so important, helichrysum. If you've got a bad cut or something, you want to have this in your house. This is I'm holding it like this because this is the emergency oil. Every home should have this in their home. PB Assist Junior, I'm going to give Katie one, and while I'm talking, I'm going to let you watch her experience it because it's really funny. This is probiotics. We want our kids' gut to be healthy so that their immune system is healthy, their brain is healthy. And so we made a probiotic for kids that actually tastes like candy, and it's really fun to eat. So you should be able to just tear it open right there, and I'll let you take it. Just try not to dump it like down your throat because, where are you going?
I'm going to spit out my gum.
Oh, she has gum. She has gum. Yeah, you don't want to mix it with your gum, although that could be interesting. We could try a new experiment.
Is it like Pop Rocks?
It's kind of like a pixie stick, so you just don't want to like dump it straight down your throat. Try to get it on your tongue. And it is really, really good. And kids kind of are fighting over these and wanting to eat them like candy, which is a good sign. We also have kids' chewable vitamins and kids. I might have to help her open that. It looks like she's having a...
Okay.
There you go. You got it.
I still want to go.
And then a kid's fish oil, which sounds gross, but is actually really delicious. It is got the wild orange essential oil in it. How do you feel about your pixie stick?
It tastes exactly like
it does. Would your kids eat that?
Oh, yes.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, there's no sugar in it. There's no artificial flavors. And so that's what I love is that we can make something taste good and appealing for kids that's actually good for them. It does not have harmful ingredients. Okay? So there's so much more I want to say, but I don't have a ton of time. I just want to tell you how you can get started in doTERRA, and then I'm going to tell you there's some really special deals going on right now. Yes, twice a day for Clary Calm. I'm going to tell you about some really special deals going on. So you obviously need to get some oils in your home because it's too late once everybody's like having a meltdown, vomiting everywhere. It's too late to like, oh, I need some oils. You need to have them in your home so you're prepared. Then you need to know how to use them, okay? So first, how do we get the oils? Well, I told you it's a bad idea to buy retail because you're paying 25% more. You don't get any of the education that comes with being a member. You don't get any of these perks. So get your own doTERRA membership. Become a wellness advocate. How you do that is you choose a kit. My dog is photobombing us over here. You choose a kit that fits the size of your family and the size of your budget. There's kits for every situation. There's even one that's called Family Wellness that I talked a lot about just now. It has a lot of these, the rollers for moms, and it's got vitamins for the kids in there, the PB Assist Juniors in there the Pixie Sticks. So that's a great one for moms. It's a smaller kit, but it's got all the basics for a mom. If you want something that kind of helps the whole family, we've got a Natural Solutions kit that's got something for everybody in the family in it, a big variety of products for every area of your life. That's a great one. Any kit, I feel like I'm getting ready to sneeze. If I sneeze, I apologize in advance. So choose your kit, and any kit that is worth 200 points or more comes with a free 15 milliliter bottle of frankincense the entire month of December. This is a $93 retail bottle of essential oil. Frankincense, you're going to use it all the time for skin stuff, brain stuff, sleeping, pain, bumps, all this stuff, you're going to use frankincense and you're going to want to have it in your home. So you want to have that one. You're going to get a whole free bottle of it with any 200 PV order or 200 PV enrollment. When you choose a kit, your membership is free. Your membership is free for a year. You don't have to pay for a bunch of papers. You actually get all the perks of a membership for free with your kit. Also, on our team, when you choose a kit, the person that invited you to this video will also buy you an essential oil reference book. You're going to need this book because it tells you everything you need to know. There's recipes for everything in there, from how to cook with oils, how to make your own cleaning products, what to do when your kid is grouchy, what to do when you're grouchy. Like, there's a recipe for just everything in there. You need that book so you know how to use your oils. It's like about a $35 value, and it's just a special gift that we pay it forwards. The person that shared with us gave us that book when we got our kit, and now we're passing it on to our friend. And that's how we kind of do things. We share our knowledge, we share our book, and then you get a secret group member invitation. I think I mixed that all up. You get an invitation to be a member of our secret group. Wow. And it's for members only of our team, wholesale members. You can join, and that's where you can ask other moms, like, hey, what do I do? What oil do I use? And it is wonderful support. And so I think that you will enjoy the community that comes with having the wholesale membership, as well as the oils themselves. I mean, it's really hard to pick which one's better, the oils or the community. It's just such a great combination that you get as a member of our team. So here's the deal. Not only can you get free frankincense, but if you join in the next 48 hours, so that means is my math right? So Tuesday night by 9 o'clock Eastern time, if you send an email to me at oilsharesgift@gmail.com, oilsharesgift@gmail.com, in the subject put enrolled Facebook Live. Tell me your name, your member number. Tell me what kit you enrolled with, and then make sure you give me your name and address, and I will send you a free 5 milliliter bottle of Wild Orange. Wild Orange, we talked about in the beginning, that was the one we used in our energy shot, and a 5 mil is like this size right here. And I'm going to send that to you as a gift if you join our team with a kit anytime between now and Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time. You got to send me the email because I do not have ESP. I won't know, and make sure you tell me your address as well. All right. Any other comments or questions that you want to share? I know I did most of the talking. She was here just to be my lovely assistant.
I was, yes. No, it was good. It's very informative.
Good. So if you guys have other questions, if you're watching the replay, or if I didn't get to your question, I will come back and I'll read through the comments. I will make sure I answer your questions, but always go back to the person that invited you to take a look at doTERRA. Ask them your questions. Ask them to show you how you can see the starter kits. They will give you a link that you can go to and look those over, and let them help you set up your membership. Please don't try to do it by yourself. I know you're smart and I know you know how to use the internet, but we want to make sure you get all the free stuff you're entitled to. Some of you, maybe you're already a member, you haven't ordered for several months. There's some extra freebies that might even be available to you. Check with your person that enrolled you first and see if they can help you get started. And I promise you that's the best way to go, because they can hook you up with all the freebies and the free book and all that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll be back here next Sunday at 9 o'clock Eastern time. If you would like to check out our amazing support that we have for members only, ask the person that invited you to this video if they will give you the details on how to join us on our newbie Monday night call that we have every Monday for new oil users. Tomorrow night is our men's call, so you'll get to hear from lots of guys sharing about how they use essential oils. That's also at 9 o'clock Eastern, so check with them and see if you can get a sneak peek into the community that you'll be joining as well. All right, have a great night, y'all. Thanks for spending it with us.